If you are over 60, this message could save your life. Every snack you choose, even ones labeled as heart-healthy, quietly shapes your future well-being. What I am about to share may surprise you. 9 popular nuts found in American kitchens today might be slowly raising your blood pressure, blocking your medications, or triggering silent heart problems. As a cardiologist with 30 years of experience treating seniors, I have seen too many patients who did everything right yet still struggled with heart issues. The problem is simple. Not all nuts are safe after 60. When eaten incorrectly or combined with medications, they can undo years of careful health choices. Today, I will show you exactly which nuts to avoid and what to eat instead. Why your body changes. After 60, your body at 70 is not the same as it was at 40. Your metabolism slows down by about 20%. Your arteries naturally stiffen, making your heart work 15 to 20% harder to pump blood. Your kidneys filter waste 30% less efficiently than they did in your 40s. Your stomach produces less acid, making digestion slower and less complete. These changes mean foods you once enjoyed without problems may now spike your blood pressure, interfere with prescriptions, or strain your heart. Think of it like this. Your body is like a vintage car. It still runs beautifully, but it needs different care and premium fuel to keep performing well. Understanding this is the first step toward protecting yourself. The good news is that once you know what to watch for, you can make simple adjustments that lead to big improvements in how you feel every day. 9. Nuts that can harm senior hearts. Raw almonds. The kidney burden. Raw almonds contain high levels of oxalates, natural compounds that younger bodies easily process. After 60, especially when taking blood pressure or cholesterol medications, your kidneys struggle to clear these substances. Think of oxalates like tiny crystals that can accumulate in your system when your kidneys cannot flush them out fast enough. Paul, a 71-year-old retired postal worker, came to me with swollen ankles and fatigue. He ate 2 handfuls of raw almonds daily, thinking they protected his heart. He told me he felt tired all the time, like he was walking through mud. Blood tests revealed kidney dysfunction from oxalate buildup. When oxalates accumulate, they create kidney stones, increase inflammation throughout your body, and raise blood pressure. This forces your heart to pump against greater resistance, like trying to push water through a partially clogged pipe. For seniors with hardened arteries, this extra pressure becomes particularly dangerous. We switched Paul to small portions of blanched almonds with plenty of water. Blanching removes much of the oxalate content while preserving the healthy fats and protein. Within 6 weeks, his kidney function improved and blood pressure stabilized. He told me he felt like someone had given him back 10 years of energy. The fix: if you eat almonds, choose blanched varieties, soak them overnight in water to reduce oxalates further, and limit to 5 per day with meals. Always drink at least 8 ounces of water when eating almonds to help your kidneys process them. 2. Salted cashews. The hidden sodium trap. 1 ounce of salted cashews contains up to 300 milligrams of sodium. That might not sound like much, but most people eat far more than 1 ounce. A typical handful is closer to 2 ounces, delivering 600 milligrams of sodium in just a few bites. After 60, your kidneys cannot flush excess sodium efficiently, causing fluid buildup and elevated blood pressure. Everett, a 77-year-old former police officer, suffered chest tightness and high blood pressure despite clean eating. He came to me frustrated, saying he had given up chips and pretzels but still felt pressure in his chest. The culprit was his afternoon cashew habit. 2 small handfuls daily added thousands of milligrams of hidden sodium weekly. Excess sodium draws water into blood vessels like a sponge, increases pressure on vessel walls, and strains heart muscle. Over time, this leads to dangerous heart muscle thickening called left ventricular hypertrophy and irregular heart rhythms that can be life-threatening. We eliminated salted cashews and replaced them with measured portions of unsalted nuts. Within 1 month, his blood pressure dropped from 160/90 to 135/80. He no longer felt that uncomfortable chest pressure. The fix: choose only raw, unsalted cashews in tiny portions of 5 to 7 nuts, or better yet, substitute with fresh vegetable sticks and hummus for afternoon snacks. If you must have cashews, rinse salted ones under water and pat dry to remove surface sodium. Walnuts, the heart rhythm disruptor. While walnuts provide brain-healthy omega-3 fats, too many can disturb your heart's electrical system. Large amounts of polyunsaturated fats can overstimulate nerve pathways and trigger irregular heartbeats, especially in seniors with existing heart conditions or those taking heart rhythm medications. Calvin, a 74-year-old retired mail carrier, experienced heart palpitations after adding 20 walnuts daily to his meals. He described feeling like his heart was skipping beats or racing unexpectedly. Tests showed frequent irregular beats called premature ventricular contractions and brief episodes of atrial fibrillation. His omega-3 intake was overstimulating his nervous system. Think of your heart's electrical system like a finely tuned orchestra. Too much stimulation from certain fats can make the musicians play out of sync. For seniors, whose hearts may already have some wear and tear, this disruption becomes more pronounced. We reduced his intake to 3 walnut halves per day with lunch only. His heart rhythm normalized within 6 weeks, and the palpitations disappeared completely. The fix: limit walnuts to 2 halves daily, eaten with meals to slow absorption, never as standalone snacks. If you have any heart rhythm issues, discuss walnut consumption with your doctor first. 4. Flax seeds. The blood thinning risk. Flax seeds contain alpha-linolenic acid, which acts as a natural blood thinner. While this might sound beneficial, when combined with aspirin, warfarin, or other blood-thinning medications common in seniors, flax seeds can create dangerous bleeding risks. Darlene, a 76-year-old retired teacher, appeared pale and dizzy during her visit. She had replaced sugary cereal with oatmeal topped with 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds daily, thinking she was making a heart-healthy choice. Blood tests revealed she was bleeding internally from over-thin blood. The combination of her daily aspirin and flax seeds had made her blood too thin to clot properly. Even minor internal injuries from normal digestive processes became serious bleeding episodes. She had been feeling increasingly weak and short of breath without understanding why. The fix: avoid flax seeds entirely if taking any blood-thinning medications, including aspirin, warfarin, clopidogrel, or newer anticoagulants. Always consult your doctor before adding them to your diet. If approved, start with just 1 teaspoon and monitor for unusual bruising or bleeding. 5. Commercial nut butters, the process deception. Most store-bought nut butters contain added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and excessive sodium. 2 tablespoons can deliver nearly 200 calories, 4 grams of sugar, and 150 milligrams of sodium. These additions transform a potentially healthy food into a processed product that harms senior hearts. Harold, a 79-year-old retired piano tuner, replaced evening desserts with peanut butter, often eating it straight from the jar while watching television. He thought he was making a healthy swap. His cholesterol soared from 180 to 240, and inflammatory markers spiked from the hidden sugars and processed oils. These additives spike insulin levels, promote fat storage around organs, and inflame blood vessels. For seniors with slower metabolisms, this combination becomes particularly harmful. The inflammation can accelerate plaque buildup in arteries already affected by age. The fix: choose natural nut butters with only 1 ingredient listed, such as dry roasted peanuts. Better yet, avoid them altogether in favor of whole nuts that require chewing and naturally limit portion sizes. If you must have nut butter, measure 1 level tablespoon and eat it with apple slices, not from the jar. Trail mix, the sugar-coated trap. Commercial trail mixes contain dried fruits coated in sugar, nuts roasted in inflammatory oils, and processed chocolate. Each handful delivers excessive calories, sugar, and sodium disguised as health food. What looks like a wholesome snack often contains more sugar than a candy bar. Carol, An 81-year-old former nurse snacked on trail mix throughout the day for energy. She kept a bag in her car and another by her reading chair. Each portion contained over 250 calories and 15 grams of sugar. Her blood pressure climbed from normal to stage 2 hypertension, and blood sugar approached diabetic levels. The combination of sugar-coated fruits and salted nuts creates a perfect storm for senior hearts. Blood sugar spikes, followed by crashes, stress your cardiovascular system, while excess sodium raises blood pressure. Together, they accelerate arterial damage. The fix: make your own mix with raw unsalted almonds, plain dried cranberries without added sugar, and raw pumpkin seeds. Measure portions into small containers, limiting to 1/4 cup daily. Better yet, choose fresh fruit with a few nuts instead. 7. Pistachios. The medication blocker. Large amounts of pistachios can slow stomach emptying and delay medication absorption. Their high fiber content, while generally healthy, interferes with the precise timing many heart medications require to work effectively. Joseph, an 82-year-old retired jazz musician, experienced erratic blood pressure readings after starting nightly pistachio snacks. He would eat them while practicing piano in the evening, often consuming 50 or more. His medication absorption became unpredictable, causing dangerous blood pressure swings from too low in the morning to dangerously high by afternoon. When medications do not absorb properly, they cannot protect your heart consistently. This creates windows of vulnerability where blood pressure spikes or heart rhythms become irregular. For seniors taking multiple medications, this timing disruption becomes even more critical. The fix: limit pistachios to 10 pieces with lunch only. Never eat them within 3 hours of taking medications. If you take medications multiple times daily, consider avoiding pistachios entirely to maintain consistent drug absorption. 8. Brazil nuts. The potassium overload. One Brazil nut contains your entire daily selenium requirement, and a small handful delivers as much potassium as a banana. For seniors on blood pressure medications called ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, this creates dangerous mineral imbalances. Eileen, an 84-year-old retired nurse, enjoyed 3 Brazil nuts daily with her afternoon tea. She liked their rich, creamy texture. Lab tests revealed dangerously high potassium levels of 6.2, well above the safe range. This could have triggered fatal heart rhythms called ventricular fibrillation. High potassium interferes with your heart's electrical signals. Think of it like putting too much salt in a recipe. It throws off the entire balance. For seniors whose kidneys already struggle to regulate minerals, Brazil nuts can tip the scales dangerously. The fix: avoid Brazil nuts entirely unless specifically recommended and monitored by your physician. If you must have them, limit to 1 nut weekly and ensure regular blood tests to monitor potassium levels. 9. Mixed nuts. The empty promise. Commercial mixed nuts are over-roasted at high temperatures, heavily salted, and padded with low-quality peanuts. They provide excessive calories and sodium while offering minimal nutritional benefit. The roasting process destroys many beneficial compounds while creating harmful ones. Ron, a 78-year-old veteran, gained 15 pounds and developed high blood pressure despite eating mixed nuts instead of chips. He thought he was making a healthy choice. The sodium and inflammatory oils were sabotaging his cardiovascular health without him realizing it. Each serving of mixed nuts can contain 400 milligrams of sodium and unhealthy oils that promote inflammation. For seniors trying to manage weight and blood pressure, these hidden dangers undermine their efforts. The fix: create your own mix with raw almonds and walnuts only. Measure portions carefully using a 1/4 cup measure, and eat with meals to slow absorption and increase satisfaction. The right way to eat nuts. After 60, not all nuts are harmful when eaten properly. Here are safe options that can actually benefit your heart when consumed correctly. Almonds. 5 soaked, blanched almonds daily with breakfast provide vitamin E and healthy fats without overloading your system. Soaking overnight makes them easier to digest. Walnuts. 2 halves with lunch only deliver omega-3 fats for brain health without disrupting heart rhythms. Always eat them with other foods. Pistachios. 10 pieces with meals, never alone, offer fiber and protein without blocking medications. Count them out to avoid overeating. Pumpkin seeds. 1 tablespoon raw, unsalted variety provides magnesium for heart rhythm stability. Sprinkle on salads or yogurt. Essential rules for safe nut consumption. Eat nuts only once daily with meals to prevent blood sugar spikes and improve digestion. Choose raw, unsalted varieties exclusively to avoid hidden sodium and unhealthy oils. Drink at least 8 ounces of water when eating nuts to help your kidneys process them effectively. Never use nuts as between-meal snacks, as this can spike blood sugar and interfere with medication timing. Treat them like medicine, not casual food. Measure portions carefully and stick to recommended amounts. Store nuts in the refrigerator to prevent rancidity, which creates harmful compounds. Buy small quantities and use within 1 month. If nuts taste bitter or smell off, discard them immediately. Real stories. Real results. Thomas, an 87-year-old retired pastor, came to me exhausted and on 4 heart medications. He felt like he was just existing, not living. We made simple changes, removed his nightly peanut butter habit that was adding 300 calories and disrupting his sleep, replaced mixed nuts with 5 morning almonds to provide sustained energy, and timed his medications away from food for better absorption. 3 months later, Thomas felt energetic and clear-headed. His blood pressure stabilized at 125/75, and he needed fewer medications. He told me he felt well enough to return to volunteer work at his church. Small changes created dramatic improvements in his quality of life. Margaret, a 91-year-old grandmother, struggled with irregular heartbeats and fatigue. She had been eating handfuls of various nuts throughout the day, thinking more was better. We simplified her routine to 3 walnut halves at lunch only. Her heart rhythm stabilized, and she regained enough energy to enjoy her great-grandchildren's visits. Your heart deserves better. After 60, your heart becomes more sensitive but also more responsive to positive changes. The foods you choose either support healing or create silent damage. You have the power to choose wisely, and every choice matters. Every patient story I shared represents someone who thought they were eating healthy, but was unknowingly harming their heart. The difference between success and struggle often comes down to understanding how your aging body processes food differently. Knowledge truly is power when it comes to protecting your heart. Your heart has been beating approximately 100,000 times per day for over 60 years. It deserves your respect and careful attention. The small changes you make today can add years of quality life tomorrow. Start with one simple change. Replace salted nuts with unsalted versions. Swap trail mix for a small portion of raw almonds. Ask your doctor about food and medication interactions specific to your prescriptions. Keep a food diary for 1 week, noting when you eat nuts and how you feel afterward. Pay attention to energy levels, heart rhythm, and digestive comfort. This awareness helps you identify patterns and make informed adjustments. Create a nut station in your kitchen, with pre-measured portions in small containers. This prevents mindless overeating and ensures you stick to healthy amounts. Label each container with the day of the week to track consumption. I have treated 95-year-olds who were sharper and stronger than some 65-year-olds because they never stopped learning about their bodies. You are never too old to improve your health or too set in your ways to make beneficial changes. Your next meal is not just routine. It is an opportunity to honor the heart that has served you faithfully and ensure it continues supporting the life you love. Every bite is a choice between nourishment and harm. Small, consistent changes lead to remarkable results. The patients who succeed are not those who make dramatic overhauls, but those who make thoughtful, sustainable adjustments. They understand that health is not about perfection, but about making more good choices than harmful ones. Remember that your body's needs change as you age, and that is perfectly normal. What worked at 40 may not serve you at 70, and that is okay. The key is adapting with grace and wisdom. Share this information with friends and family who might benefit. Heart disease affects entire families, and the knowledge you gain can help protect those you love. Consider forming a healthy eating group with friends to support each other in making positive changes. Schedule regular checkups with your doctor to monitor how dietary changes affect your health markers. Blood pressure, cholesterol, and kidney function tests provide valuable feedback on your progress.